Hi guys, my name is Jess. I am 26 years old. I use the she, her pronouns, and I have autism. If you haven't heard, Sia recently came out with a movie called Music, which she directed, and it has gained a lot of controversy. The reason why? Because the main character of the movie is a nonverbal autistic teenage girl. She is played by Maggie Siegler, who is neither nonverbal or autistic. But that's not the only issue that this movie has. I'll discuss them further throughout this video. So I thought it was important to make this video so you can hear the review of this movie through an autistic person's point of view. So I'm going to discuss a lot of things about this movie throughout this video. So spoiler alert. But hopefully you won't watch this movie anyway since I'm doing this. Hopefully you'll take my word for it. So let's begin. The movie begins with Maggie Siegler's character Music as she gets out of bed. And the first song sequence of this movie begins. And already is really offensive because she does these offensive looks on her face and movements. You'll see right here. And unfortunately, she does these kind of faces and movements throughout the movie, so this definitely won't be the last time that you'll be seeing that. And another thing about this movie is that all the music sequences have either flashing lights or fast shots. I think technically they have both of them, but still, even if you're highly sensitive of these things, it's not even a good thing for you to watch them because of seizure warnings and all that stuff. That's another bad thing. After the song sequence, you see Music on her average day. She gets up, she gets dressed. Her grandmother makes her eggs for breakfast, and then she goes on a daily walk across the neighborhood. When she comes back from her walk, her grandmother has collapsed on the floor, and at first she doesn't even realize it, but then a few seconds later she starts making these agitated noises. And again, it's very, very offensive because just seeing a perfectly abled actor playing an autistic character is just really, really bad to see. It does all sorts of harm to our community. So anyway, we find out that she actually died. Her Music's older sister, whose name is Kasu, or Sue for short, who is played by Kate Hudson, has to take care of Music. So she comes over to her apartment to help take care of her. And then the next morning, Music expects to gain eggs for breakfast and all that. And things don't exactly go her way. And first of all, when she wakes up, Kate Hudson's sister, she speaks to her, and it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It just hurts so much. Like you'll see it here. Stop. Her eggs are made, and then she wants to get her hair braided. After her sister tells her that she doesn't know how to braid her hair, she throws a meltdown.
Put your head. What? What's that? Put your head. I don't have hair. It's too short. Put your head. Put your head. Put your head. Put your head. I don't know how. Put your head. Put your head. Put your head.
which causes her neighbor to stop by, who's a friend of Music's. So he helps her calm down by performing a full body restraint on her. And if you don't know what that is, you'll see the scene here, and just to warn you, it is very, very disturbing, so just keep that in mind.
I'm going to impress you now and make you feel safe.
You're not hurting her.
I am not. I am crushing her with my love. She will be alright. Don't hide that. Do not teach yourself like that, Music. Who doesn't want to see you hurt yourself like that? Alright? How about some chewing gum? I know where you keep it.
Put your hand. Put your hand.
Right. I think I can do that.
So that is a very dangerous act to perform on autistic people, because you can cause serious harm or even death to them, and there have been cases of death to autistic people because of people performing these restraints on them. And it's not even a safe thing to do to an autistic person. Like, there are other ways that you can help them calm down, but self-restraints isn't one of them. A little later in the movie, it actually happens again, but this time Kate Hudson's character is the one who has to put the restraint on Music. And again, this is a very disturbing scene, so please watch at risk.
Music. I'm not climbing on top of this small screaming white girl in the middle of this park. It's your turn.
My turn.
You can do this. I'll talk you through this. Go ahead.
I can't. Okay, Music, it's okay. Ouch. She's hitting me.
She doesn't know who she's hitting.
Okay, stop.
Hold her tight. Squeeze her like a bear.
Okay. Shh.
Hold her. Tell her she's safe.
It's okay, you're safe.
You have to tell her like you believe
Don't
it.
believe it. I can't do this. Music. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're safe. Just sit down with me. Just.
The scene actually leaked early before the movie was released, and Sia had to address it through her Twitter. And she said that because of all the controversy it's been gaining, she would put a warning before the scene, or she would have the scene cut in entirely. But when I watched it, there was no warnings, and it was all uncut like it was before. So the fact that she lied to us about it, that's absolutely disgusting. Another scene of the movie, there's a part where a Sia reference is made, and Sia actually has a cameo right after that reference.
Is that a Sia wig? Sia? No. Is she here? No. Who's that? Drug dealer?
Drug dealer? Is that you? Are you the drug dealer?
Yes. Hi.
And then some more cliche things happen after that, in which Music gets stung by a bee, which she is allergic to, and she is taken to the hospital. And because of that, Sue relapses into drinking, and it causes major consequences for her actions. And then a little later after that, Sue decides that it's best to bring Music to a facility where she is taken care of because of all her issues. And then all of a sudden, Music shows affection towards Sue, and this causes her to just take her out of that facility and just care for her full time. The movie ends on a very happy ending where Music, Sue, and our neighbor all hang out together, and Music gets a service dog, and we are not sure why she gets one. It's not even explained. And that's how the movie ends, pretty much. So Music is a terrible, terrible, terrible movie. And I'm gonna get to some of the behind the scenes stuff because there is even more stuff to add. Obviously, this movie does not portray autistic people well, and Sia claims that she actually had an autistic actress play music at first, but the actress became too overwhelmed with filming that she dropped out, and that's when Sia hired Maggie Siegler instead. And Maggie was actually really uncomfortable with filming because she was worried that she would offend people, but Sia told her not to worry about it. And this caused some controversy on her Twitter, and an autistic actress commented on one of her posts about that. And this person said that many autistic actors could have stepped in that actress's place instead of hiring Maggie, and that Sia was just making excuses. And Sia responded to this actress with, "Well, maybe you're just a bad actor." And that is a disgusting response to somebody. Like, not even, I mean, even if they weren't autistic, that is still a pretty disgusting comment to make. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to, like, get an autistic actress to replace it instead of hiring Maggie for the role. I mean, I just don't understand. Like, we know that Sia's obviously Maggie's godmother and everything, and she has to have her in every single project that she does, but maybe she should have just hired Maggie as a side character or something and have an actual autistic actress for the lead role. That is absolutely disgusting and is disgraceful to us. And Sia worked with the organization Autism Speaks. If you don't know about Autism Speaks, they treat autism as if it's a life-ruining condition. In 2009, they had an ad in which they said things about autism such as that it could ruin marriages and it could dash parents' hopes and dreams for what they had for their children. And then in 2019, they partnered with Sesame Street for a toolkit for newly diagnosed children's parents on what they can expect. And they said things such as that it's a normal process to grieve, and they even compared it to leukemia. I know, it's like the most ridiculous thing ever. I don't get why they would ever say a thing like that. And also, to add more harm to the issue, music is nominated for 2 Golden Globes, including Best Picture. That is just such a, I don't know how, it's terrible, you know? This movie should not be nominated for any type of award, maybe except the Razzies, but Golden Globes? Seriously? I don't get it. It sucks, you know? It's like, it's a defeat to the autistic community. So this movie is really damaging to the community. We live in a day and age where we can really have an autistic actor for a lead role. I mean, you saw something similar in The Peanut Butter Falcon, where they had a Down syndrome actor play the lead character, and of course it became a massive hit for all the right reasons, and it's actually one of my favorite movies of recent years. So if they did that for Down syndrome, why couldn't they do it for autism? I don't get it. And on that note, I also want to mention that, like, past movies where they had like regular people play autistic characters, like Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man, or Leonardo DiCaprio in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, they have not aged well, especially since the fact that Hoffman won an Oscar for his performance and DiCaprio was nominated for an Oscar. I mean, these movies just do not age well at all. I mean, I used to like them once upon a time, but now I can no longer watch these movies and actually enjoy them anymore. But we need more and more movies with better representation of those who have disabilities, either mental or physical. It's totally unacceptable. I used to be a fan of Sia. I used to enjoy her music, and I was a casual fan. But since all this stuff about music came out, I cannot support her anymore, and I'm asking you to do the same. Don't support Sia, don't support music, don't even support the soundtrack. Don't support ableist projects. Instead, pay attention to the voices who go unheard. Please stand up for those who need the help. And to help spread my message, I would really appreciate if you can share this video with your family and friends so they can see it and they can share it, and all the people who see it go on and on. I would really appreciate it. And also give it a thumbs up if you can. That would also be greatly appreciated. I hope you got some insight out of this video, and just thank you for watching.